Welcome back to Morning Coffee. I saw myself and I am on. Here we are on the Radio Vision Network. I am Mark Cook, and I'm excited because I have an author with me. And he's just an author. He's a songwriter. He's a lyricist. He's a poet. He is so many things, and I'm really excited to talk to him. His name is Clarence English. Good morning, Clarence, and welcome to Morning Coffee. How are you today?
I'm doing fine.
So this book, 360 Degrees, it's R&B, hip-hop, spiritual, and wisdom poetry. So I got a chance to look at the book, and it is in prose form. It looks like poems, but really when I read it, I read them as song lyrics. They are very interchangeable, and I can tell that was done on purpose. So tell me about the mission of this book.
Well, the guy that, originally I was writing songs for, I had a songwriting partner, David Simmons, and we were in contract with Atlantic Records, and somehow that phased out. So I had all these lyrics. So I said, well, what I'm gonna do with them? Because I couldn't get in touch with nobody.
Right.
So I switched them, because all you had to do, is a fine line between poetry and lyrics, and all you got to do is just switch certain words, and then there it is.
Yeah.
I have a poem. And some took me like one day, some took me a week.
Right.
Because they just take so long. It's not no overnight.
Right, because what jumped out at me is that there's no wasted words, and everything is chosen very, very carefully.
Yeah,
and it's
exactly.
the words carry a weight and an importance to them, and that's why these poems are so powerful.
Yeah.
And that's why it's such a powerful book, and everybody needs to get their hands on it.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that in a second, just how everybody can get the book. But let's kind of like break it down, because it's based out of faith. Like you're a very spiritual guy.
Yeah.
I could tell just by reading about you that, you're thankful to God, you love God, and He kind of dictates everything in your life. And it's been an interesting ride.
Yes.
But let's focus on the now, because this book can really speak to individuals with the current landscape that we've got going on in our society right now. So let's talk about that impact.
Yes. Well, the book, a lot of people say to me that, well, I'm ahead of my time. Because the book, because I believe there's only one God, regardless of which one you believe in. If you believe in Allah, Jehovah, or Jesus, it's only one.
Right.
And it's only one God. And once people understand that, everybody can get along with each other, instead of people just saying my God is God.
Right.
But that's not right.
Right.
Because there's only one, and he's in all the books. He's just one.
That entity doesn't change, right? And it's all should be based out of love.
Yeah,
and that's kind of the thing that people miss, is that if you're killing in the name of your religion, you're not not serving your God.
No.
That's kind
You're
of
not
like
serving humanity at all.
It's kind of like a really weird dynamic that through history, that this is how it's been, that people start wars and cause major social issues based out of their religions. And you're kind of just telling everybody to pump the brakes a little bit. Chill out. Relax. Come on. Let's remember some of the words that some really important men have said before us, like Dr. King, like Malcolm X, like Louis Farrakhan, like these guys that have put themselves in the public eye in order to spur social change.
Exactly.
And you are a part of that, because that's what this book does. 360 degrees.
Yes.
It covers all sides.
Sides.
It goes all around.
All
it's
the way.
cyclical.
A complete circle.
That's right. So tell me about how that was kind of the guiding mission. You wanted to cover all bases for all sides, for all people. How do we do that?
Well, it has 7 chapters, and each chapter explains different sides of love, like how I love you, and how love is how you can bring it out, and how it touches you, and it's all there. And people like songwriters. If you're a songwriter and you're writing a song and you get stuck, you can get my book, and go in that book, and you'll find something in there to finish your song.
Yeah, you'll find the inspiration, and if you choose to use the exact words, you'll pay Clarence English a little bit of a royalty for it. But what I'm saying is that you're going to find the inspiration to be able to speak of the words of love, because you know that if we could change the mentality and start basing the way we live out of love rather than our agendas, we're going to be a much happier society and much happier people, because we're able to break down some of those walls that are keeping us from truly reaching out to our fellow humans. And that's where I think that people are missing the boat.
Exactly.
And something that jumped out at me was that you talk about, I love you, I miss you. I love you, I miss you, and how these are interconnected, and that it kind of speaks to something a little bit bigger than just a relationship. Yeah. Because you're reading, the way I read it was that it's a guy longing for his lost love, right? Mm-hmm. But it could be more than that. It could be much, much more than that.
Well, I wrote. There's a chapter for males and there's a chapter for females. Like, you can like just the male part. You can go to the chapter. To that chapter, and you can go to the female chapter, and because I separated so you can have a clear view of where you're at or what you're looking for.
Okay, that's really cool. It gives you a little bit of perspective from both sides.
Yes.
This is really interesting. I got to take a quick break, real quick. We'll take a real quick one, but we'll come back and we'll talk more about the book. We'll talk more about you, because you're really your story is awesome. So hang through the break. We'll be right back here on Morning Coffee on the Radio Vision Network.
For a kid at heart, Speed Raceway is the place for endless fun all summer long. Log on to speedraceway.com or just get here now.
When we make Beyond Natural dry dog and cat foods, we start with real meat as the first ingredient. We leave out corn, wheat, and soy. And we own where our dry food is made. 100%. Can other brands say all that? For nutrition you can trust and your pet will enjoy. Does your food go beyond? Learn more at purinabeyond.com.
Extra Innings is the nation's premier indoor baseball and softball training center, featuring indoor batting cages, 7 multi-use tunnels, and training rooms. Extra Innings can provide professional instruction, private and group lessons, and the best year-round clinics. Along with a nationally recognized pro shop that features the latest and widest selection of equipment and apparel, our experienced staff can provide you with the right instruction and help you find the best equipment for your ability and budget. Extra Innings, where the game never ends.
Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gift.
This is the Radio Vision Network, and I just saw, that was a quick break, wasn't it? That was really quick. I love that Extra Innings place. If you haven't been there, make sure you go check it out. It's like the best indoor baseball facility around. So I'm talking to Clarence English, and he was just he wanted to point out something in the book, so he was just looking at it real quick, which is more than fine. But I kind of wanted to talk about you personally for a minute, because you're a really interesting guy. You were a professional songwriter.
Still am.
And well, of course, but you've sold some of the songs. They've been recorded.
My songs have been around the world. Basically, one of the songs that I wrote for David Simmons, it's called "Hooked on You." And we did that song, I think, in 82, yeah. And to this day, I'm still getting royalties for it.
That's
I just
awesome.
Received a check for $34. For $34, and it was played in, I think, what's the New England countries? We got Britain.
British playing overseas.
Yes, playing overseas. Somebody's playing it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And to this day, since '82, I received a check of some sort.
That's so funny, though. You look at
it's not even a hit. I mean, but it's still, I still get money.
Yeah, it's really funny because I'm an actor, so we talk about those residuals and like getting the royalty checks and all that stuff. And it's funny when the commercial runs and you get a check for 12 cents, right?
Yeah.
So so the check for $34 comes in. It's like, all right, well, I didn't expect this money. Maybe I'll just go out to dinner or something, right? Like something. It's kind of like found money.
Well, what I did with the check, I framed it.
Nice.
Yeah. It's because this is what they say. All you need is one hit. If you can get one hit,
Yep.
that can pay you for a long time.
Yeah.
So imagine if you get 10 or 15 hits,
Right.
or 3,000 hits like Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff.
Right.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I know Leon Huff because he's from the same town I'm from, Camden.
Right.
He grew up, and my mother knows him real well.
Yeah, we're all local guys here, right around the Philadelphia area.
These guys, they're amazing.
Yeah,
You
they
know,
really are.
They're amazing.
And their impact, it's so awesome to be able to see that their impact still is felt today.
Yes,
It's
yes.
really, really a cool thing. And
Yes.
the Philly music scene, it continues to change and evolve and all of that, but really the sound of Philadelphia comes out of what those men basically did.
Like a lot of my poems, if I can get a hold of some real good musicians, like who have like just music, and if they would like to get with me, I can write the lyrics to a lot of their music.
That's
Easy.
awesome. Yeah.
It's no problem. And that's an opportunity that I never got a chance to do. But I'm still there. I'm still ready.
Well, so there you go. That was the call right there.
Yeah.
Musicians out there, if you've got your music and you're just looking for somebody to kind of arrange your lyrics,
lyrics.
talk to Clarence. Get in touch.
I have over 300.
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking. Is that you've got there's so many lyrics
360.
already written right here.
Right here.
That's so cool.
And I'm still writing.
That's awesome.
Still writing.
It's-
Working on my second book now.
I think that people should know, and I don't think we need to necessarily get into the details or kind of like the real long story of it, but you had a very, I'll say, tough childhood. It was not a normal situation, and it was not what many people would consider an ideal situation. But what I'm proud to see the man in front of me is somebody that completely changed their life and turned it around. And kind of made something great out of what was a path that didn't appear to be that great. So why don't you inspire some of those people out there to follow the same path?
Well, all you got to do is whatever you're passionate to. You just take that and you just push that and you write it and just let it flow.
Right.
Because it's what you love to do. Even though you might not be able to make any money off of it, but still let it out, because you got to let that out and don't let it, don't lock it in.
Don't stifle it. Let it go.
Write it down, because you never know when the time is going to come when somebody's going to need that.
Right.
And then you're going to say, well, here, this is what I have.
This is what I've done.
And this is something that I've been writing, and I still do.
Yeah.
I write new poems all the time.
Well, and really a nice way to talk about how to be inspired is that when you were 12, you were working on a produce truck, right? You were delivering produce.
Yes.
You were just a hard work. You were trying to work hard, right? You were trying to better your situation. Yeah. And what you did in kind of your downtimes in the truck was write.
Right.
You were writing.
I was writing.
Some guys probably took their smoke break. Other guys probably went and got a cup of coffee, right?
Exactly.
You sat in that truck and you were writing.
I was writing.
And this is kind of a statement to the kids out there. If you've got something in you, let it out and use the outlet and use your time to be able to express yourself, because that's really what created this path to the 360 degrees. I mean, it's kind of an amazing story. It really is.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I wish this book so much success, because it can really open your eyes to how you don't necessarily need to be a very religious person, but if you add a little bit of spirituality to your being and base it out of love, you're going to fulfill yourself and others around you.
Exactly.
And it's a really positive and strong message that I feel like we need more and more of those these days, right?
Exactly. And the second book that I'm working on is volume 2. It's the same order, but I'm calling on people from around the whole world. I need a poem from every country, someone from every country in the world, to send me a poem so I can publish it in my second book.
Yeah, and we'll compile those, and you'll be able to get such an amazing perspective from so many different walks of life.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is what's important, because it's the understanding of the differences that can lead us to I don't like the word tolerance because I feel like tolerance is like I still don't agree or like what you're doing, but I won't say anything. I'll just be okay. You know what I mean? Like I'll just stay quiet. But that's going to lead us to shifting the whole paradigm to basing what we do out of love and friendship so that we can just live better lives, right? Like, isn't that all we want? And the problem is that even though we're all aware of it, just yesterday, we're seeing more stories about kind of things that just shouldn't be happening.
Yeah,
so
people who want to hurt other people.
It's important. This book is important now as ever.
Yeah. And the ones who are out there hurting others because of what you believe in, God is nothing like that.
No.
He's not about killing nobody.
No.
It's not about that.
No.
It's about love. I mean, that's what his bottom line is. It's love.
Yeah, that's it. It's like it sounds so simple, but for some people, it's just so complicated and such a crazy idea. So we want to help them right now. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have you look into camera 3.
Okay.
I want you to tell everybody how to get the book and anything else you might want to mention. Ladies and gentlemen, Clarence English.
You can get this book at Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, and also on 6th Street in Camden, New Jersey, at a little bookstore there. He has my books there. And also I have them myself. And let me see, how can you get in touch with me? Well,
You got an email address? Facebook?
Yeah, you can go to my Facebook page.
Okay.
It's Ghost a Million. Ghost a Million, yes.
So search out Ghost a Million.
Ghost a Million, and you'll be able to get all the information that you need to get my book.
All right, cool. Yeah. That sounds good, and we'll throw up some links on it as well. So if they come to our Facebook page, we'll make sure that you get directed to Clarence's site so that you can order the book. But really, just go to Barnes & Noble and get it, right?
Barnes & Noble, Amazon.com.
Yeah. Well, I'm interested in this little bookshop on 6th Street in Camden, too. Yeah. I would check that out.
Yeah. He's been there for years.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been there since I can remember.
I imagine that he's probably got the rare books that if you're looking for something,
any type of rare book, he's got it.
Yeah, that's excellent. Clarence, it was really nice to meet you. I wish
too.
you tons of success with the book, and hopefully you can come back and sit with us for a few more minutes down the road.
Things get to jumping, we're definitely coming back.
That sounds great.
If I happen to get like I said, I can write gospel lyrics, R&B, pop, any type of lyrics that anyone's looking for, I can write it.
He's your guy. Get in touch with him. His name is Clarence English. He is your future lyricist and songwriter. How's that? Does that sound good?
That's been missing in your life.
That's awesome. I want to thank him for spending a few minutes with us on Morning Coffee.
And it's a pleasure.
I got to take a quick break, but we'll be right back on the Radio Vision Network. Stick around.